Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hey, how you doing? I hope that you are doing well. And if you're not, my hope is that this video will at least brighten up your day or night just a little bit. I hope a lot, but if it just does a little bit of good, something is better than nothing in this case. I generally don't say it's all situational because we both know something is not always better than nothing. But in this case, every little bit helps. And so in the day and age where a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to this heart thing, I am not, immune to things. I'm part of the collective. I'm going through things as well that I'm still healing from, because healing, as we know, if we are real about it, it's a lifelong thing. When I have heard people say, "Oh, I'm healed," yeah, they may be healed in certain areas, but 100% healed in everything, I don't know. Because if that's the case, then you so enlightened to the point where you learn everything that there's ever, that you can ever learn. And yeah, you just reached that place of enlightenment that you probably should have transcended to the next dimension or something like that. Because as long as you're on this earth, as long as you're on this earth in this dimension and functioning and doing things, it's always going to be something. That's just this life. And there's always situations that come up to learn. You could be 70 years old and still learn, and sometimes them lessons, even at that age, are painful or disappointing. And how do you handle it? And it affects your heart, especially if you believed in certain things all your life. So I'm just very mindful of when I hear certain things, and when I have my communication with family, friends, associates, I'm very mindful of that. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a buck because why pretend to be more than what you are? Or, you are so high on this horse that you don't have no problems, you ain't got no issues because maybe you've attained a sense of achievement in certain areas. That's great. We should be doing that as we move forward on the journey. But again, we are always still learning. We're always still going through something. And a lot of times it is, whether it's us doing it to ourselves, it is generally people around us that affect us. If we could just live in a bubble and we didn't have to deal with people, and we just had all the comforts we ever could want, and I don't know, we just had all these different things, you would think a person would be content, right? There are no issues, no problems. Well, I have heard of people that would pretty much fit that bill, but then they lonely. It's lonely at the top. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you may have all these different things, and try to isolate yourself and all that. And I'm talking about a long-term thing. I do believe that there are periods where we need to pull back and conserve our energy to do some self-reflection and just do things. But you know what? I'm just saying, you just a complete hermit, trying to protect yourself. That loneliness is probably gonna set in. And it's like, okay, well, why are you protecting yourself? Because you probably were hurt, and probably a lot. That's something that I am balancing myself. There's, again, everything is about balance. And so since we still have to go out, we still have to deal with people, places, and things, we're making decisions, some good, some bad. We just had the complete playbook, we wouldn't even be here. That's just being honest. We wouldn't even be here. What's the point? If we just had the complete playbook on how to do everything 100% perfect. When we do make a mistake or we do have something that hurts us, it affects our heart each time. We put band-aids on it, we do all these things, but we need to get to the root and start healing it. So that's where practices like this, energy healing, is just another option. I talked about counseling. You can do all those things, and you should. Whatever it is that is for you. We all have to find our way, our path, and everything may not work for everybody. I'm totally understand that. But when you know that there's an issue, you know that there's a problem, or you just want to, it may not necessarily be an issue, but you could be and do better in certain ways in how you respond to people, or how you look at people or things. I think it's really smart, and to look at all different types of options, right? So with that being said, so let's get into this quick pick me up heart chakra healing session. So just so you know what I'm doing, this is my healing oil that I don't always do exactly the same thing. I don't roll like that. I go with what I'm led to do and how I feel. So this is some healing oil. I burn some Palo Santo. I burn Palo Santo like literally, that and sage literally all day, on and off, for the most part. But hey, so healing oil, and this is some rose water. That makes sense, right? Since we're dealing with the heart, and it has roses in it, rose petals, some crystals, and I usually use moon water for stuff like this. So I'll just spray a little bit of that to assist with bringing in that healing energy for the heart. And I've already prayed about it, but Archangel Michael, thanks for your divine protection against all manner of that energy that would attempt to interfere with this healing, doing, and affecting the viewer for their highest good. I also ask that my spirit guides and my ancestors, who I publicly acknowledge, and I ask that they protect me as well and guide me. There we go. So we're going to use rose quartz, and I have a big one. This is a good one, a nice one. This nurtures and promotes self-love. What else it does? It, amongst other types of relationships, with people, that can be romantic, friends, family. It also helps dissolve emotional wounds and frees you from resentment and fears. I have, and this is just selenite. I have that to just assist with clearing and making sure that there's no negative energy. But then I also have green calcite, and this helps with easing anxiety, stress, and emotional tension. And also, have rhodonite. This helps with emotional healing and releases blocked energy within the heart chakra. And also have my trusty clear quartz, and I've already spoken on clear quartz, I believe, but for those who may not watch the other chakra videos, or if I didn't for whatever reason, it's just this is kind of like a all-purpose crystal. And it's really good for amplifying energy, and the good thing about it is you can program it for basically any purpose that you want. So so I'm gonna, for the most part, always use rose quartz or whatever other crystals that I use because of that reason in itself. And for those who probably are already aware, and but for those who don't, the heart chakra is considered the fourth chakra, and it is responsible for loving oneself and others, and having compassion and empathy and forgiveness. So if you have issues in any of those areas, and it can go a little bit deep, you can, research the heart chakra, but that's kind of a real quick snippet of it. This video may help you. All right. Right now, I'm just digging down deep, pulling from the divine source and light to send out healing to your heart, cleansing, alignment. anything that is weighing on your heart that is not for your highest good. Any blockages. I'm speaking and targeting that they are removed expeditiously. Your heart is clear, aligned, fully functional. And whatever that has affected your heart negatively, that you're able to find peace, forgiveness, so that you can move forward and be able to provide love, compassion, empathy in the future. There we go. So I hope that that helps. And so we are going to do a quick, almost forgot. To be honest with you, I got so caught up in that. Yeah, I almost forgot. So obviously to save on time, because my videos can be a little long, and that's not intentional. If you saw any of my previous videos, I would be like, oh, this is going to be a real quick check in or chat or something, and it ended up going longer. I'm long-winded. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so that is an area I need to work on, and I think I've been doing pretty good. I did 1 hour long video before, and I just was mindful. I didn't want to not post it. I mean, it was something on my heart, and I wanted to just put out there, so that's what I did. So I just uploaded it, and I figured, if it was meant for someone, then it was. If it's not, then it's not. But it was something I had in my mind. I need to not do that again unless it's about a certain topic, and it's just not a rant, so to speak. So all right, so yeah, let's see what we have. And again, these were already sage. I don't know if I need to say that each time I do an oracle pull, but just in case. I always sage my cards after I use them. All right, let's see what we have. Can you see that? Oh, maybe not. Let me get up there. All right, that says, I hope you can see it. Connect with your ancestors. And make a mention of that because I don't know if I've really publicly said my ancestors. I've always I'm trying to connect with my ancestors on my own time. But as far as on camera, I don't know if I've ever done that. That's the first time that I think that I've said, oh, publicly, like basically acknowledging them and asking them to assist ancestors and spirit guides. And if I did, I may only did it like once or twice maybe. So that's interesting. But so connect with your ancestors. Through understanding our history, we gain a deep sense of appreciation for all the time and people it took to bring us into this world. Connecting with our ancestors is one way to better understand ourselves, our patterns, and the patterns present within our lineage. It allows us to make peace with all that has happened before. It also provides motivation, evolve. It also provides motivation to evolve and find new and better ways to live. Building this bridge is something that you can do by researching and connecting the dots between family stories, DNA analysis, and traditional archives. You can also learn about your family line in more intuitive ways, like meditating, dream work, and working with a past life regression specialist or someone who specializes in reading the Akashic records. A metaphysical within an Akashic record is a metaphysical archive of everything that has ever happened within the universe, including all of your past lives and those that will come in the future. If you got to come back here, I'm hoping that I don't. Call on your ancestors to tap into centuries of wisdom, protection, and guidance. As you look back and connect with your forebears, your path forward will become more evident. So I just wanted to point out something real quick. This is very pertinent where it says to, connecting the dots uh, with your family lineage if you can, speak it to family members. I've done it in the past, and of course, you have the paternal and maternal side. So my maternal side, I've gotten some good information, but we talking about going as it gets going back, it's a block, and it takes a lot of time. Sometimes probably money for those that actually have done it. The DNA analysis is good. I don't think that costs a lot of money. I know a few people that I follow on YouTube that have done that. I haven't done that part, but it's just been mainly me trying to talk to other family members about, and and seeing how far I can go back. But you know, and I talked about this in another video about family secrets and just not getting certain information. I've had a little bit of that in my family. Okay, so that's okay. But it talks about it right here. There are other ways that you can get this information, like they said, through the intuitive ways, going back to meditating, dream work, and working with the past life regression specialist or someone that deals with the Akashic records. I've actually had that done, the Akashic record reading, when I first started my journey almost 3 years ago. So I'm talking off of experience that if you can't get it through your family just by talking, or you don't have the funds to really research that too far, there are other ways, spiritually, that you can get that information to find out who you are and who your people are, so that you can connect with them, and only the good, because some of our ancestors, we got to be honest, they were bad, and they actually set up a bunch of karma that us in this lifetime are having to deal with. Yeah, they was on some crazy stuff and didn't care, and just like, oh, I'll pass this trauma and whatever on to other people. That down the line, they feel like I'm gone. Not really understanding is like, if you do that, you're probably gonna have to come back here and try to correct that. Meaning the reincarnation and stuff like that. But again, they didn't have access to as much information that we have today. They were still living under the colonistic things, and those that were spiritual that did understand, and they did it anyway, not caring how that would affect future generations, then that just shows you the magnitude of the, I don't want to say evilness, but it's whatever you want to categorize that as, not being of the light, okay, to do something like that purposely. But so you only want to connect with the ancestors for your good. And those ancestors could have been warriors or whatever. Everybody, all your ancestors, I'm sure, were walking around, the good ones, with flowers in their hair, and they were just so peaceful. You probably had those, but you also had some ancestors that can get down with the get down. You need those too. You need the balance. But if they were warriors and they was kicking butt, taking names, and they had to make some hard decisions, okay, which was necessary because this is a dog eat dog world. That's what it is. But in this lifetime, if you call them in, if you're calling in only for your highest good, then for them, they're atoning and like, hey, I did these things. My ancestor here is calling me in, and I know how to get down to protect them by any means necessary. You need that too, not just love and light, and that you need that as well as this other part in order to survive and circumvent negative forces. Is very important. But again, if you go see a spiritual advisor, they will guide you and talk to you about all of that. Okay, so there you go. And I am done, and I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything, and I don't know what time it is, but I'm sure it's late enough. So on that note, you guys have a good one, and to the next time. Bye.